This is the story of the Middle Eastern Harry Potter named Hyder Putter. It was a dark and sweltering night when the letter arrived. It didn't come by owl, but rather clutched in the beak of a very cross-looking pigeon, which was promptly shooed off the balcony by Uncle Khurram. The envelope was addressed to Hyder Putter, the storage room under the stairs, Karachi. The Dursley-esque family, the Maliks, were horrified. Magic? In this heat, shrieked Auntie Nazreen, fanning herself furiously with a spatula. Hyder, a scrawny boy with a lightning bolt scar sustained during a particularly competitive game of cricket, wasn't surprised. He knew he was different. Normal boys didn't accidentally turn their cousin's expensive shalwar kameez into a pile of mangoes. The letter was an invitation to Kismat-i-Jadoo, a prestigious school of witchcraft and wizardry located somewhere in the Indus Valley. The platform was not 934, but rather just before Platform 9 and Platform 10 at the Karachi Cantonment Station, which was already confusing enough without adding magical barriers. The train, the Sindhu Express, was a vibrant, rickety old train, far more suited to the journey. Once at Kismat-i-Jadoo, Hyder was sorted, not by a talking hat, but by a very opinionated sorting shawl. It considered his options for a good 15 minutes before declaring, you have courage, but also a tendency to complain a lot, but you also really like biryani. Let's say, Kismet House, for those who don't know, was for those who were not quite brave, not quite smart, and just sort of were. Hyder quickly made friends with two other first years. The first was a girl with incredibly bushy hair, Farida, who was a brilliant student and already had a stack of scrolls on magical herbs and their uses in herbal remedies. His other friend, Raheel, was a portly boy from a large magical family with 7 siblings. Their magical car was currently being used to ferry their cousins to school. Their first lesson was with Professor Snape-e-Alam, a perpetually disgruntled potions master who insisted on speaking entirely in dramatic size. Putter, he would hiss, 5 points from Kismet for not having your family connections in order. The year's major event was the Minister of Magic's decision to negotiate with Lord Voldemort, the school's adversary. Voldemort, an eternally angry man with questionable fashion sense, had his own demands. I want a new nose, he declared, and also to be in charge of the electricity negotiations failed when his demand for a consistent supply of mango lassi was rejected. Hyder, Farida and Raheel decided to act. After dealing with Professor Snape-e-Alam's frequent darnas and avoiding Rita Skeeter, a well-known journalist who began her newspaper called Karasak, they finally confronted Voldemort. Hyder Putter, Voldemort sneered. The boy who lived and the boy who can't get a proper Wi-Fi signal, Hyder retorted, brandishing his wand. It wasn't the Elder Wand, but a simple wooden one made from a mango tree. The climax wasn't a powerful duel, but a power outage. During the spell, the lights went out and the air filled with frustrated groans. Load shedding, someone yelled. Voldemort, now unseen, began a furious rant in the dark about the lack of infrastructure. This was a battle he could not win. When the lights eventually returned, Voldemort had given up and left, leaving behind a crumpled letter asking for a stable power grid. Thus, with the problem solved in the most ordinary way, Hyder Putter and his friends became heroes, proving that sometimes the most effective magic is a good old-fashioned power complaint.